2024 is upon us. And with the new year brings new challenges, new problems, new vision. And for a lot of people, they want to begin growing their own food, growing their own produce, really get into gardening. But at the same time, they really have no idea on where to get started and have so many questions and concerns. And what I want you to do, if this is you, I want you to stick around to the end of this video. And I want to share with you the first thing that you need to do before you put a single seed in the ground. So here we are. We're at the point where you've made up your mind, you know what? I want to get out and grow some. But you have so many questions right now. What kind of soil do I use? Do I grow in ground? Do I use fertilizer? Should I use pesticides? And the more questions you have, they really only leads to even more questions, which leads to more uncertainty. However, the very first thing you absolutely must do before you put a single seed in the ground is to ask yourself the question, why? Why am I growing? Am I growing to be more healthier? Am I growing because I want to offset my bill? Am I growing because I want to stick it to the man and become more self-sufficient? Or maybe perhaps I want to grow some medicinal herbs for my glaucoma. Whatever your why, whatever your reason, that's going to dictate every other choice that you make when you're starting your first garden from scratch. I want to share with you this real quick abbreviated list of reasons why people start growing their own food. Number one, health and wellness. It's no secret we live a very sedentary lifestyle. We don't get out and move as much as we used to. We oftentimes sit maybe 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Some people want to get out and start growing because it would lead to overall better health and wellness, as they're able to move around, to kind of get fresh air and exercises away. Others want a garden for a sense of accomplishment. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I could check this off my list, and there's nothing like starting a task, seeing it through, and seeing the fruits of your labor. For others, it might be a sense of a hobby. Think about it. A lot of people have excess of time. Some have excess of money. Some have excess of both. And perhaps you want this to be your magnificent obsession. I mean, we spend tons of money on video games. Some people spend tons of money on fitness equipment. Some people spend tons of money on guns. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everyone has a hobby. And perhaps gardening, you want gardening to be your hobby because you have the time and the money to do so. Or maybe it's just trendy. It's just a fad. It just seems like something to be really cool to do. And there's a lot of people maybe in your community or neighborhood that do it. And you just kind of want to, fit in with the in crowd. Others want to start growing their food because they want to cut down on their grocery bill. They want to offset their grocery bill by growing some of their own fruits and vegetables. Still, others, they just want a simple, better quality of food. It's not the money, it's just what they get for the money they pay for. They're tired of eating those bland, nasty, groceries at the grocery store. And they'd rather just grow their own food to be truly organic. You may also want to consider growing because, you know what? I have a specific product, or I want to grow food so that I can actually sell and make a profit. With all of these reasons that I've compiled, there's no one reason that's any better than other. It's just a matter of finding out your particular reason. For example, I'll give you my particular reason. So the reason why I really started, gardening and growing my own food is for two main reasons. Number one, to kind of offset our grocery bill a little bit, mainly with fruits and berries, because my kids love strawberries and berries, and we'll go through maybe 4, 5, 6, 11 packs of strawberries within a week's time. Strawberries, as soon as it hits the house, they maybe last a day, a pack of strawberries. And it's healthy food, so I'm not going to be like, no, you guys shouldn't eat so much healthy food, right? All the things to eat too much of, fresh fruits and strawberries, I'm not going to penalize anybody for that. So we just say, you know what? We can grow berries, strawberries, and other fruits that would help offset our bill. Secondly, we were tired of buying fruits and vegetables that just were rotten. They were just no flavor, just not very good. So for those two reasons alone, I decided to really get into gardening and growing my own food. Now, because this is my main reason, this is my why, this really dictates how my garden looks. For example, you look at most of my raised beds in my garden, they're all made with either reclaimed lumber, scrap lumber. A lot of my trellises I make with reclaimed materials that are sitting on the side of the road. Why? Because for me, I'm trying to save money. And so I'm not trying to spend more money to make it look aesthetically pleasing or to make it look fancy, because that's not my why. My why is to save money and to grow better food. Therefore, when I fill up my raised bed boxes that I built with scrap lumber, I'm filling them up in the most inexpensive way possible, using the horticulture method. I fill the bottom up with sticks and leaves and branches and cardboard boxes. Then I fill it up with hay and other organic material, coffee grounds, food scraps, and then chop it off the topsoil. Why? Because that's more cost efficient that way. I want you to pause for a second, and I want you to take a deep look inside of yourself and be Judgment Day honest and say, why do I want to start my own garden? And if you can, what I want you to really do is go to the comment section, drop a line below, and tell me that why. Why is it that you want to start your garden this year? What prompted you to grow your own food? I would love to hear from you. Because remember, at the end of the day, gardening don't gotta be complicated or expensive. Get out and grow something.